Morning peeps, good morning everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. Clearly a different type of morning from me, as you can tell from my background. I am not in my studio, I'm not in London, I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. Got here a few hours ago. I'm here until Monday, a few very important meetings, and I'll let you guys know what that's about once it's all concluded. And also a time to press the pause button, which I am always trying to do more of. All right, let's talk a bit of boxing. Big fight coming up on Sunday, Opetaia versus Brandon Glanton. I've already said my thoughts on how the fight's been promoted. I do think that it could have been promoted better, but it's easier said than done sometimes with these things. I do think Opetaia is the best cruiserweight in the world. I do think this will be his toughest fight since both of those Bradis fights. Brandon Glanton comes to fight, he's rugged, he's tough, he's strong, he's very honest about his boxing ability. I was with Brandon here in Nigeria when he fought Marcus Brown, and I asked him about who's the better boxer, and he kind of laughed and scoffed like, come on, obviously Marcus Brown, but you know what I can do. And I think it's always good when a fighter knows their limitations, what they're good at, what they're not so good at. And at this stage of Brandon Glanton's career, he's not going to try and become Muhammad Ali. He's just going to try and rough you up. So look, it's a fight that I can't wait to watch. When I saw the schedule of Zuffa fights, this was the one I was looking forward to the most, because I think we find out a lot about Opetaia. Like, I'm a massive fan of Opetaia. I've been singing his praises since I first saw him, 2.5 years ago, and he hasn't let me down since. I think he's looked really good. I love the fact that he's an aggressive southpaw. He's got fast hands, he's got really good power. He's just naturally an aggressive guy. And I do think his landing spot's going to be in the heavyweight division, hopefully sooner rather than later. And that kind of leads me on to the main topic of discussion. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk recently, or a lot of talk as soon as Zuffa entered this boxing landscape, about them not recognizing the main sanctioning bodies. Opetaia is obviously the IBF cruiserweight champion. He's the Ring Magazine champion. In this fight will be for the Zuffa cruiserweight title. You guys would have seen a lot of the photos and a lot of the videos surrounding this fight, and the ring belt is nowhere to be seen. Even a couple of days ago, I think it might have been yesterday, Jai and Brandon came face to face. I'm going to get to that face to face actually. And Jai only had the Ring Magazine belt over his shoulder, no IBF. We're led to believe, and I had a look on the IBF's Twitter page and I couldn't see anything, and I went onto their website, couldn't see anything either. But we're led to believe that the IBF have given him an ultimatum: defend your belt or lose your belt. And I tweeted that it's clear what Jai is going to do here. If it's a choice between the IBF and Zuffa, he's definitely going down the Zuffa route. I mean, he signed a contract, he would have known what their ideology was in terms of not caring or looking at the belts. So he and his management team should know exactly what this means. And it does surprise me a lot that Jai would have taken this decision, knowingly or unknowingly, and I'm going to lean to the knowingly, right? And the reason I say this is that I've been fortunate to have spent some time with Jai. I've interviewed him. I think every single Jai interview, he mentions undisputed. Like, even that push of, Jai, you're going to go to heavyweight, stop talking about it, undisputed. Like, everything's about undisputed. It's always been his thing. He wants to become undisputed. He wants to be the #1 in this division, all the belts wrapped around him, and then it's a case of, okay, whatever happens after that, we'll see. Now, it's almost like he's going backwards on those words. And look, ultimately, and I've said this before, money counts, right? I mean, this is the sport of boxing right now, where belts seem to be secondary for a lot of fighters. Not all fighters, but a lot of fighters. But yeah, it's slightly disappointing. And look, even if you're Brandon Glanton, and look, I think Jai will win, but let's just kind of, I don't know, play mythical results here. Let's say Brandon wins. Yes, he'll get the ring belt and he'll get the Zuffa belt. Brandon would like to have the IBF belt as well. Like, Brandon would want to put that belt around his waist to say, I was IBF world champion. And I don't think he's going to get to do that. He'll get the Zuffa belt first, then he'll get the ring belt, and then it's whatever. And I do think this needs to be looked at. I do think this needs to just be a discussion. Yeah, look, I mean, we're never going to get rid of the Zuffa belt now. Say what you want about it. Some people say it's ugly. Well, it's here to stay. but it doesn't mean you stop working with the sanctioning bodies that have put in work over the years. 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years. Sorry to interrupt the video, but this is very important. If you're one of these people that watch the channel and don't hit that subscribe button or forgot to hit that subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. I am trying to get to 200,000 subscribers and I need you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. All right, back to the video. You can't just erase it like that. And I'm disappointed for Jai, because obviously I think Jai's been put in a tough position here where he's almost had to make a choice. And the choice is, do you sign with this new organization that is based in America and they're going to push you and they're going to give you the big fights, or do you continually fight for the IBF where it didn't really look like there were any unifications in sight? That's true, right? It didn't look like there was any. He couldn't get the Zerdo fight. There was a face-to-face with the WBC champion, Mikalayan. Is that his name? I always mispronounce his name. Remember that? They did a face-to-face maybe about 2 months ago. So I thought, okay, that was in the works. So look, I don't know what's going on. Jai did an interview where he, or at least I saw something where Jai said that the IBF haven't given him this ultimatum. Well, I believe they have, Jai. I mean, obviously Jai would know more about the situation than I have, but if I'm the IBF and my champion is fighting a good contender in Brandon Glanton, I don't see my belt anywhere, then I would rather put the belt around fighters that want to show off my belt. That's what I would want. I'd want to put my belt around fighters that are going to fight for my belt. As big a name as Jai is, and he's a big name for me, if you're not fighting for my belt, why do you have my belt? So look, that's the landscape right now. It is, hopefully, this landscape where it just seems to be all over the place, hopefully it clears itself up in the next 12 to 18 months. But right now, it's very messy. Very, very messy. So hopefully we get some resolution. Hopefully the IBF are involved, you know, in some capacity. Hopefully people can see sense here. And Jai's defended that belt, I want to say 3 times. Remember, it got stripped from him before, and then he won it back. But I think he's defended it 3 or 4 times. I mean, you don't just want to give a belt away like that. I mean, what would Jai rather have around his waist? The IBF or the Zuffa belt? I would lean to the IBF for now. That could change, by the way. All that could change. But look, great fight. Can't wait to watch it. Should be a good one. Picking Jai. Brandon's going to be tough, though. It's going to be very tough. Williams Opetaia, Lamont Roach, 135-pound title fight ordered by the WBC. Guys, this needs to be discussed a lot more than maybe I'm going to give it time for in this video. Again, if you guys follow me on Twitter, Ade OLADIPO 1, I've tweeted about this. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I was in Germany when Jaida Herrera, say what you want about his ability, won his fight, and that fight was for the WBC interim title. How is he, unless he's injured, and he's not, because Leeton, who looks after him, has confirmed he's not, how has he not been upgraded to champion, or at least fighting either Lamont Roach or Williams Opetaia for the belt? Again, this goes back to what I said about the WBC the other day. You kind of have to get your house in order, because it just looks messy. It just almost looks like you're picking fighters based off their surname and who they are and what kind of star power and maybe what they bring to the table. The fact is, Zepaida's coming off a defeat to Shakur Stevenson, and Lamont Roach, who actually fought for the interim title, the vacant one, is coming off a draw with Pitbull, so that belt stayed nowhere, hence why Herrera fought for it. You strip Shakur Stevenson a bit. I mean, it's just all a bit messy. But to clear up that mess, it should be, say what you, this is, we're trying to make stars in the sport. Herrera could be that. He's actually quite a good boxer. He's very flashy as well. Give him the opportunity. He's been fighting for your belt, making his way up the rankings. All of a sudden, you're like, no, sorry. Yeah, I know you got the interim title, but it doesn't mean much because we're going to give it to Zepeda and Lamont Roach. It's unfair. Honestly, it's unfair. It's not how things should be. All right, what else? Victor Ortiz is the latest boxer to go bare knuckle. Not a fan of it at all. Like, no one's going to convince me to be a fan of bare knuckle. No one. Whether it be BKFC, Gareth A. Davis does, I think BKB. I used to think they were the same organisations. They're not. But you know what it is? You know why I don't like it? It's because of things like this. You're getting fighters that could no longer compete in boxing at any level, right? I mean, Victor Ortiz unfortunately couldn't, right? Could have 10 years ago, obviously can't now. No, not that guy. So you're getting faded guys who are done from the sport of boxing. So boxing's literally just rinsed them of everything. And then you're saying, take the gloves off and have a fight. Take the gloves off and have a scrap. So they can't do it in boxing anymore because ultimately they're not good enough. That's the harsh reality. And then you're saying, all right, remove your gloves and do it with these. Even though you're done from boxing, boxing has spat you out. It's taken everything from you, taking years off your life, because we know how dangerous the sport is. And then you're going to continue doing it, but with no gloves and just fuck off. But again, no, not for me. Don't like it at all. It's faded MMA stars, it's faded boxing stars who shouldn't be fighting anymore, and they're getting paid less than what they were in their original career to continue fighting. Do not like it, will never like it, no one's going to convince me to like it. All right, anything else before we wrap up? All right, I think that is it. Guys, girls, as always, thank you so much for watching the channel. Obviously the football channel is up and running. Ade OLADIPO Talks Football. If you are still here watching this, then please go and subscribe to that. We are trying to get it to 5,000. We're basically there anyway. So the next step is 10,000. So no more 5, we're going for 10. But yeah, guys, thank you, and I shall continue to enjoy this warm weather in Nigeria. Peace.